We now return you to the Frank Capra director's cut of It's a Wonderful Life.
What you should have done was you should have just let me drown on that bridge. This whole thing is topsy-turvy, and none of it makes sense. I'm beginning to wish I was never born.
What was that?
I said I wish I was never born.
Never born.
Yeah, that's right. What are you hemming and hawing about over there, Clarence?
Oh, nothing. George, have you ever thought about how that would affect the lives of everyone, all your friends, everyone in Bedford Falls?
I don't really give a fig Newton how it's going to affect me.
Why don't you take a look at how it is now?
Oh, what's going on? Where's the old building alone, and the pharmacy, and martinis?
They're gone, George. This is the way the world would have been had you never set foot on the earth.
Well, everyone looks to be having a really fun time.
They are, George. Without you and your crummy fixed-rate mortgages, Bedford Falls thrived in the people who actually knew how to do business. It's now one of the biggest tourist destinations in all the USA.
So you're saying none of the old neighborhood businesses are struggling?
Struggling. George, the people who own and run these businesses are rich, okay? They're not struggling to run a pharmacy or a bar that only 3 people come to at a time. I mean, you weren't even supposed to be a banker. You inherited the business at 20. What the hell do you know about money?
You know what? Something still doesn't, add up here. Even if my existence, I wasn't in Bedford Falls. What about the war? I mean, some of these businesses must have been in the red because of the war. I mean, that should have affected it, right?
The war, George?
Yeah, the war.
Without you around to muck things up, the war ended in 1941. It was a very inexpensive victory.
What does my existence have to do with how the war played out?
Well, without you there to save him that day, your brother died in the water.
Harry's gone?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be too choked up about it. He was a horrible pilot. I mean, had you let him live, he'd have killed 24 of his own men in a combat training accident and become a Nazi sympathizer who could sabotage all of the covert operations of the Air Force. Without him around to slow them down internally, the U.S. won the war very quickly.
Oh, God, Harry!
Hey, George, you seem a little upset.
Well, to be honest, Clarence, I was kind of hoping for a pick-me-up here, I was feeling pretty crummy after what happened down at the bridge, and now you're telling me that Bedford Falls is pretty good without good old George Bailey around.
It is what it is. Don't blame me for the way fate works. Anyway, I think it should be about time for quitting in old Bedford Falls. I guess that means Mary will.
Mary?
Oh, God. Oops.
Mary? Mary, she's here?
Yes, but...
Well, what does she do? Where is she?
She's a librarian, and...
A librarian? That doesn't take the fig Newtons. Oh, my God. I bet she's some old spinster waiting to go home every night. Mary! Oh, Mary, this night's been topsy-turvy, but seeing you has just made me feel...
Get away from me! Get away from me or I'll scream!
Mary, it's me. Don't you know me anymore?
I've never seen you before in my life. Get away from me before I call my husband.
It's Mary, I'm your husband. I don't understand. That's the... If you're...
Bert! Bert! Where are you? Ah,
You're married, Bart, the police officer? Oh, Jesus! Son of a gun, that smarts!
Well, you kind of deserved it there, George.
All right, the Christmas globes.
Kind of deserved that one. I mean, you think you're God's gift to women? That Mary couldn't find a husband if she didn't have you? Think she's some sort of spinster? I mean, Bert is a perfectly eligible bachelor, one with a job he's actually successful at. Not to mention your kids.
Kids? Well, what about my kids?
Well, the kids Mary and Bert have are growing up to be fine, upstanding citizens. Their oldest will become the chief of police of Bedford Falls. Their little girl will become the first female president of the United States. And their littlest one will make it big with the MGM studios in Hollywood.
Well, what about my kids?
Well, they don't exist, of course, but if you had been born, let's just say that your oldest was looking at 15 to 20 years on good behavior. And little Zuzu, well, let's just say she'll get run out of town when she turns 18 and brings home her dance partner, Lauren. Look, Bedford Falls is a fun town, but this is 1940 small town America, after all.
So what you're saying is that I wasn't, and they were.
I'm not telling you anything, George. I'm just showing you a much brighter reality had you never been born. I mean, I thought you were being a little bit over the top when you were saying you didn't want to be born, but to be honest, from what you are seeing here, you make a pretty good point. Pretty good point.
What should I do?
I don't want to tell you what to do, George. It's just that you're not happy, and Bedford Falls is better off without you, so connect the dots.
I can use here, Clarence?
George, why press 7 buttons when you can only press 1?
Clarence,
Hello, Mary.
how was I out there?
You're excellent.
Did he do it?
He did. He bought a hook, line, and sinker. You can cash that life insurance check now.
You mean we can cash that life insurance check?
Oh, how does it feel?
Oh, do I have any regrets? I have none. I don't have to listen to his whiny voice anymore, or listen to him yell at our children while they play piano. Besides, you're twice the lover he ever was.
Well, then a toast to Mary Bailey, the richest woman in all of Bedford Falls. Now, let's see if I can earn my wings.
Oh, Clarence!